Welcome to Britain's Heritage, one of the country's leading specialists in the restoration and retailing of antique fireplaces. Please join me and I'll take you around our showroom. This way, please. Right, well here we have a lovely Georgian fireplace. You can always tell a Georgian fireplace by the hobs. This is a very early one, around about circa 1750. Now what we can do, we can match fireplaces up by doing plating. We do that sort of thing all the time. Now here we have another Georgian one, a larger impressive piece. Now that came out of a property near Windsor, and strangely enough we've sold it to a customer who's living just a few miles up the road. Again, I've just shown you the big impressive Georgian one. Now here's a small little Georgian that you'd see typically in a bedroom. So we have a fireplace to suit all rooms, all tastes and all budgets. I'm now taking you to a Victorian fireplace, circa 1870, and you can see this beautiful ornate carving which was typical of the Victorian era. We've got these lovely tiles which again customers can choose whichever tiles they want. Right, now this is an Edwardian black slate surround that we restored. Now the interesting thing is, these are hand-painted Scottish scenes. Sometimes we have signatures on there of the artist who's done that. Now if you imagine, if that was on a painting, that painting on the Antique Roadshow would be worth thousands. And yet we're selling this fireplace for just over 1,000. Here we have it with a stove. This is a 1930s stove, but with that we can put a modern contemporary stove. So you can see we can match antique period things with modern efficient contemporary stoves, which gives the customer the best of both worlds. Right, now these two, I'm really proud of these two. It's a real pleasure to tell you about these. Because they've both got wow factor and they've both got a story. This one in fact we bought out of a house in London, but just look at it. Look at that lovely organic Art Nouveau design to it. When that's fitted in a room, that's going to give real wow factor. And whoever buys that will have years and years of pleasure just looking at it. You'll never tire of admiring and enjoying that fireplace. It's a one-off. I've never seen anything like it before. And that's why people come to us. Now we'll take you to this one here. This one again, in 35 years of trading, I've never seen anything like that before. Someone sent us an email picture of that came from down in Somerset, and I couldn't buy it quick enough. And interesting enough, we've now sold that to a gentleman living in San Francisco who's got a villa in Italy, and we're going to get a specialist company in Leicester who will crate that up and will transport that out to his villa in Italy. Now I'm bringing you right up now from Georgian up to Art Deco, 1930s. Now this is a beautiful example. We took a pair of these out of a property in Manchester. We've sold one already to a lady in Greece, believe it or not, and that's already been delivered. And this one, with a bit of luck, we'll sell it to somebody with a nice 1930s house in Leicester. Now, I know we've got a lot of special fireplaces in here, but this has got to be amongst one of the most special. It's one-off. It was made by Pilkingtons for a show house. 1930s again. That's spectacular. And we sell to royalty, we sell to celebrities, football managers and players. So it could end up in any of those houses, but equally it could end up down Stonygate, in one of the nice houses down Stonygate. Because we sell to everybody. We have big fireplaces, small fireplaces. Here at Britain's Heritage we have a passion. We have a passion for fireplaces. And that's what, and we like our customers to have passion for the fireplaces they buy. And that really is the top end of a special fireplace. But equally we sell accessories to go with them. We have the antique mirrors and all the accessories, buckets and companion sets. So please, just look around our emporium. Thank you. And this is just a small selection of the wide selection of antique tiles that we have available that customers can choose to put into any of the fireplaces. Now we've been looking at our antique fireplaces, but again we've got 5 showrooms here, and equally we sell modern classics, as we call them. These are reproduction, all made from natural materials. Our passion follows through to our reproduction ones. We don't sell anything that we're not happy with. So let me come and take you and show you some of our more modern fireplaces. Follow me. Okay, a nice popular one here, nice and small for a small room. Living flame gas fire or a real coal fire, or you can have a pine surround. The choice is endless. Now let me show you another one here. This is with a multi-fuel stove. Nice simple lines, metal box interior, which is very popular. We can make those to size. You can have different stoves in. Again, another popular fireplace, solid limestone, gives you a nice light, clean, modern lines to it, with a popular wood burning stove in. Example of a reproduction traditional fireplace, surround made out of old wood, old reclaimed pine, copied off an original design, cast iron insert, again copied off an original design with your tube line tiles, so you can have something there that looks like an original but is reproduction. Again, something here that's very popular, a brick interior with a multi-fuel stove. We can make the brick fireplaces to any size that customers need, so they're very popular with the wood beams. Yeah, well, a lot of people now want a minimalist look. They don't want a fire surround, they just want a multi-fuel efficient stove. So we do many different ideas of stove chambers. That's a limestone one, then you've got a slate one, and at the end there a reeded panelled. So we can offer many different options on stove chambers. And we'll go into the stove room. Now here we have a metal box interior, which is very popular with people. Nice and simple, we can make those to size to suit your opening. Just a simple metal trim round with a multi-fuel stove. Simple, not too expensive, and it's giving you a very hot fireplace. Now this is a Victorian cast iron fireplace that's come in for restoration. What we have to do first of all is take all the tiles out, and then this has to be blasted. Because what you've got here, you've got loads of coats of paint which is covering up the detail. You'll see one later when it's been blasted, and you'll realise the difference it makes. But what we have to also do is there's quite a lot of repair required at the back, which people don't realise. The cages and the fixing bolts have sometimes rusted. So these are all details that we do as we're restoring it, which a lot of other people wouldn't do. see Simon's now just blasted that, and look at all that beautiful detail. You'll never get that on a reproduction fireplace. Now the important thing is, some people will be tempted to take an antique cast iron fireplace just to a normal industrial shot blasting company. But there's a big danger there, because that can be too severe and it can end up cracking the cast iron. Now we use special shot at a special pressure, so that it takes all the old paint layers off, but doesn't damage the detail on the cast iron, and that's very important. Well, as well as restoring the cast iron fireplaces that you've just seen, we also are specialists at restoring marble fireplaces. Now this is one that's come in from a customer. As you can see, it's all been broken, and Mick here, who's been with us some 24 years, is one of the best restorers that I know in the business. Is already restored this leg, as you can see the difference, and it had a broken piece at the back. So what we do here, or not me, what Mick does here, he uses special fillers and then makes it look like a vein, because obviously marble is all made up of veins, and so when it's finished you won't notice it. And then Mick will give it a final polish with specialist polishes that we have, and it'll transform it back into its former glory. So in addition to the cast iron fireplace that restore, the marble fireplaces that you've just seen, we also of course restore wooden surrounds in pine, mahogany, oak. Now this is one that's just recently come in. You can see the condition. We will clean that all down, because we try and keep the original patina. It's important that you don't lose that original wax, so you have to clean all the dirt off and then repolish it. And I'll take you through into our showroom to show you one now in its final restored condition. Now we've come out of the workshop where there's the mahogany one in poor condition to one in the showroom that was recently restored. As you can see, we've brought the former glory of that lovely polish on this lovely mahogany fireplace back to its former glory, and that takes a lot of skill, otherwise you can damage it. Well, thank you for coming along to see us here at Britain's Heritage. I hope you feel that it's been worthwhile. As you probably found out, at Britain's Heritage we've got a passion for fireplaces, a passion for having fireplaces properly restored, quality reproductions, and we've got staff here. We've got Peter and John, who are very experienced. We want you to be happy with what you purchase from Britain's Heritage. Thank you very much.